let's kick off the show, not with transfers in, but the transfers out. All weekend we've been hearing the news of David De Gea leaving Manchester United. Yes, David De Gea has given 12 years of service to Manchester United since his arrival, but social media has been split 50-50 on how successful fans viewed his career at Manchester United. De Gea, when he first arrived at United, took quite some time to settle down and had problems from coming out and catching the ball, if you remember. He was not used to the physicality of the Premier League. I don't think he ever really got used to it, actually. But he did eventually settle down and help Man United win another Premier League just before Sir Alex Ferguson left United and the dark ages began under the Glazers. In that time, David De Gea became one of United's best players and won Player of the Season award several times. I've already said this on Twitter, which is David De Gea winning Player of the Season several times in the past says a lot more about the team and management than it says about him. I think your goalkeeper, whenever your goalkeeper is winning the man of the match and winning awards for the Player of the Season, it spells trouble. You should be more concerned about it than anything else, because why would your goalkeeper be making all the crucial saves and crucial moves to keep you in games? You shouldn't be really relying on your goalkeeper. He should be your last line of defence, not someone who you're totally relying on. In the latter years of David De Gea's career at Manchester United, he did do really well and he put up some really good performances, I can remember, for Man United. However, since Ten Hag arrived, he took out Maguire and took out the rest of the defence, who many people thought were the problem. They were the problem, but De Gea apparently is also a problem. Well, De Gea also seems like he was part of the problem and never the solution. So Ten Hag decided he needed someone else as his number one. And you have to agree with him. Ten Hag is making some hard choices and you have to respect him for that. Maguire, De Gea, Cristiano Ronaldo, the choices he has made required some big balls and he followed through on those decisions. I'm so impressed actually with the way he's dealing with things. However, I must add that I think the way De Gea was let go and the whole scenario around De Gea's contract wasn't something that United should be proud of. I think he should have been given a bit more respect and he should have been told at the outset that, look, we are looking for another goalkeeper and we do want you to stay on, but you'll be having to take a huge pay cut. But what United did was, obviously, they waited on the Onana deal, and once that was on, they opted not to sign a new contract with De Gea. But my sources say that they wanted to keep him on as a number two and revise his contract, offered it to him and he refused to sign it, and that's where things fell apart. De Gea clearly did not like this and did not want to sign the new contract, and on the weekend announced that he is leaving Man United. I think we have to thank De Gea for all his services at United, but not get too sentimental over about him leaving. United did what United had to do for United. I want all those fans who are kicking off about the way Man United have dealt with De Gea to look back and reflect on what happened a number of seasons ago when De Gea himself wanted to jump ship and wanted to leave late on in a transfer window for Real Madrid and forced United to sell him. United actually agreed, despite not having a replacement for De Gea, to sell him to Real Madrid, only for then Real Madrid to pull out on it with a fast one, claiming that they never got a fax confirmation of the agreement sent by United. Later on in the years to come, it was discovered that in fact it was not Man United's fault for this fax not getting through. It was actually Real Madrid who did not want to sign De Gea last minute and decided against it. So they made this whole thing up of not getting their fax in time. So I would say no hard feelings either way. De Gea was a great keeper, a great shot stopper, no doubt, but to say that he was in the same league as Schmeichel or Van der Sar would not be true. I do wish him the best of luck. I do think he can do really well for himself going to another club and making some serious money if he goes to Saudi. Now, turning our attention to what we all want to know about is transfers in. Well, I said Onana is going to be in Manchester later this week, and I think that is definitely the case. It's a done deal. Only formalities are now being settled by both sides, and it'll just be a matter of time before Onana arrives in the UK in Manchester for his medical, so watch this space. The backroom staff at United handling transfers are actually working hard on other deals right now. They are looking to agree a deal with Atlanta for Rasmus Højlund And although it looked like it's a straightforward deal and it was set to be completed this week, discussions have taken a bit of a turn and things have got a bit complicated with the talk of Mason Greenwood being part of a swap deal. So this has made the deal a little more complicated to negotiate, but I'm being told by my sources that Atalanta are really keen on getting the deal done, and Rasmus Højlund is really keen on making the move to United. I'm hearing from my sources in United that they're really chilled about this deal. They're not desperate, and they're not desperate to get it done, as the feeling is that they're in a strong position. Everything is agreed with personal terms with Rasmus Højlund, so they're not in a position of weakness. There's a new way of actually dealing with transfers right now, which is to agree personal terms with players and then approach the clubs with offers. This puts clubs who are selling the player in a really difficult position, because it gives the purchasing club a lot more power, having already agreed the personal terms with the player. Unfortunately for United, no club is agreeing or even approaching our players that we've put on our transfer out list. Players like Maguire and Sancho, no one is coming for. There are sources claiming that Maguire is set to sit down with Ten Hag this week to discuss his future with him. I don't know what he's going to discuss. I mean, is he going to be discussing what position he's going to be sitting on the bench this season? Because that's what he's going to be doing. Okay, I'm going to come out and actually say this. I think that Maguire is completely rubbish and is a complete bad luck charm for United and every club that he's actually been at. I think United need to get rid of him and move on and start winning. You might like Maguire, and I respect that. I respect that you are happy with what his performances have been like. I personally think United were ripped off when they bought him, and he's been useless ever since. He definitely wasn't captain material, if you're asking me. I can remember once actually reading a thread on Twitter on Maguire and his career, and the look at his career. And if you look back at his career highlights, he's actually bad luck for any club that he plays for. Any club that he's played for in the past has either been relegated or just done terrible and lost in every final that he's played in. Anyway, I'll have to find that Twitter thread and I'll put it up if I can. But look, it wasn't good reading. Let me put it straight. I mean, this guy's career has been going from bad to worse, and I don't think it's going to get any better. United just need to get rid. Okay, from one centre back to another centre back, Alex Disasi, the Monaco defender, is apparently on Man United's radar. I'm yet to have any of my sources confirm if United are looking at making a bid for him. United, as well as other clubs, are always scouting players and have them on their list. I'm not sure if United are going to actually make a move for this centre-back. However, I do think it's sensible because Varane is injury prone, and as soon as one of our centre-backs is injured, we are struggling as a team to get a replacement out. So I think it'd be very sensible for Man United to sign a centre-back, and a decent one at that, although we're facing stiff competition from Newcastle for Alex Disasi, and I doubt United want to get into a bidding war with Newcastle over him. So let's watch this space. Like I say, if I hear anything, I will let you know, but right now I've got nothing on that. In other news, we have Bayern Munich who've offered £80 million for Harry Kane, we are being told. Harry Kane has been linked to Manchester United in this transfer window, but nothing formal has taken place. There were rumours that Manchester United did inquire about Harry Kane, and Daniel Levy shut them inquiries down. I say, let's see what Bayern Munich do and how they approach Daniel Levy. Good luck to them negotiating with him, because Daniel Levy is just a horrible, horrible negotiator. Everyone hates dealing with him, and I think Bayern Munich are going to come out thinking the same. In other news, Mbappe, looks like that saga with Mbappe, Real Madrid and PSG is still ongoing. It's a class move again, it looks like, from Real Madrid, who've tapped up Mbappe and are probably asking him to see out his contract at PSG, and then they can have him for free next year. It is insane that he could do that. I feel slightly sorry for PSG that they will lose one of their key players, their best players, on a free. I mean, I find it really difficult how clubs do not see this coming. Why would you let that happen to yourself? Personally think that you should put something in there where it stops the player going on a free. Somehow, I think they need to change these contracts up, clubs do, and stop this happening, because this is going to be a huge loss for PSG. Can you imagine them losing Mbappe for nothing? It is going to be one of the biggest stories if this happens next year. Or could they end up getting rid of him now? I mean, if we had Sheikh Yassim in charge of United already, I think this would have been a strong possibility that we sign Mbappe for Man United. It's another day, and it's another day of no news on the takeover. If there was any fans who didn't hate the Glazers or were undecided, then this whole takeover has made them realise how selfish and deceiving they really are. For them not to come out and provide an update on the takeover and any progress is evidence of this. The Glazers have got away with this for years. It's shocking. Even Cristiano Ronaldo outing them has not got them to let go of United. They are still sucking every penny out of the club. They still haven't had enough and they want to stay on. That's how much they are detached from reality, these Glazers. They literally do not care what anyone thinks about them. They just want to stay on and keep taking that money out of the club. Look, I don't like having to rant each time I talk about the takeover, but it's so frustrating and I cannot help but express how important this is for the survival of Man United and the future of Man United to have the Glazers get out of the club, because if they stay on in no matter what capacity, you've just got people within the club who are not interested in Manchester United and its success, and all they care about is making money for themselves, gains for themselves, not for the club, not for the success of the club. All they care about is making gains for themselves and their back pocket. We all need to collectively speak out against this and rescue Man United from the Glazers. Please hit that like button and please subscribe.